Good. Just out of curiosity, when you actually release your press release, and I've seen the Gambia Police Force also saying they've actually granted you permit. I mean, it brings a lot of commotion. I mean, can you clarify a little bit on that?
So I wrote the notification. I don't call it a permit. It was a notification that we sent. So when we wrote the notification, we received this from our legal team. It was a legal advice from our legal team that we need to write to the Gambia Police first to notify them of our event today. Not seeking for permit, but to notify them that the event is going to hold today. So I wrote the letter when we were having the press conference. That is why during the press conference, I left the high table and I was in a small conference room. I was drafting the notification letter. So I notified the Gambia Police first. So we went to the headquarters. We went to record straight, dropped our letter, and we were leaving. That is the time the IGP left from his office. And he came to get us at the gate while we were going down and going home. So that is where the conversation started. We never went to the IGP's office by ourselves. We went to the Gambia Police first to notify them. So the IGP came to have a conversation with us. So that is why he invited us to his office, and we had a conversation. And that is during the conversation he told us that I have granted your notification. We told the Gambia Police Force rightly before they gave us the letter that we never asked for a permit. And if you go down there and said we asked for a permit, we will debunk it. That is why I single-handedly took it upon myself to debunk the statement, because to me the statement is misleading and they were misinforming the Gambian people. And one of the challenges that they faced was they said they have never received any notification prior. This is a new thing to them, and it's going to be very difficult for them to draft something that suits notification, because as per their records, they only have that of permits. So that is why the response was what looks like a permit response. But we told them down there that we never asked for a permit, and we are going to go ahead with our commemoration, because that is one thing that every Gambian must know. We don't want Gambian people to suffer, and we are not going to set a precedent. We were here April 20th, students demonstration commemoration. We partnered with Fantanka and other organizations, Team Gomsabopa, to have it here in this venue. And we never wrote to the Gambia Police first. The only authority that we engaged were KMC. We went there and they granted us the latitude to be using this event. So we don't want to set a bad precedent. If we wrote for a permit, we are now setting a precedent. Everyone who wants to use the youth monument should write a permit to the Gambia Police Force. And we know that this place is already monetized and it is directly under the control of Kanafe Municipal Council. So that is why we notify the police not to write for a permit. We notify them that we are going to have this commemoration here today, and they should be informed. That is why we did that. So it was not a permit.
Thank you for that wonderful answer. And finally, what would be your message to the general Gambian people?
That all power belongs to the Gambian people. Adama Barrow don't own power. Sidin Njai does not own power. Dr. Ismail Assisa does not own power. The government of the Gambia does not own power. Power belongs to the toiling masses of the Gambia. You go to provinces, you see how people are living. They are living a very bad life. Everyone deserves a dignified life, fellow Gambians. And living that dignified life, you have a responsibility. And that responsibility is calling truth to power. If things get wrong at the government side, we hold them accountable. They are our servants. They are no more better than us. They were nowhere better than us. Sidin Njai, last time I said it at Father Network, or Dr. Ismail Assis's sons and their daughters, they are not dignified than us. In fact, we are more dignified than them, because we sustain ourselves with our sweat. Our people goes to garden. Women will go to garden from morning to sunset. And all what they will do is to make sure that they get the resources of the state, or they get the resources from their own things that they are doing to benefit their families. But we have a government that does not serve the needs and then the aspirations of the Gambian people. So we must take that responsibility. And again, there is a misconception in our languages. I said it there too, and I will say it. Instead of Karte Fayo, we need to change the term to Karte Karafo. We own power. We now decide who is going to hold our power. If they go wrong, We take back our power and we claim it. That is why every Gambian must be conscious of their rights and responsibilities and must be ready to fight for the Gambian people. All power to the people.
Thank you, Omar. Good. That was Omar Sanyang.